Wide look here at the ARC. Jesse Miller, the cameras are back because they're kind of afraid of all this equipment you have, some of these experiments that you do, because we're not in the studio as we usually are for the Chemist Corner. But Jesse Miller, hey, we're in your territory now on the campus of the U of I.
Yeah, not too far. I'm about a half a mile from my lab.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. Well, what I got this morning is I thought, well, I knew that Matt's talked a little bit about gas mileage and stuff like that.
Sure.
I thought, well, I'll talk about oil. Okay, now this actually happens to be Illinois oil. This is oil that came from Illinois. It's petroleum oil, which means rock oil, as opposed to any other type of oils, because they found oil in rocks, and it was coined about in the 1600s, something like that. And this is Illinois oil is okay. It's got a lot of sulfur content to it, so it's not quite sour, but they call it sweet means it doesn't have any sulfur in it, and sour means it has any sulfur in it. So this has some sulfur in it, but it's okay. It's okay oil. The best oil comes from Texas.
It does.
Yes, it does, and it's very sweet. Now, what they do with oil? Oil is petroleum oil is a mixture of a whole bunch of different hydrocarbons, and they crack it or they split it, and they these huge distillation columns, and they heat it up, and it fractions out. Now, methane, natural gas, that a lot of us use in our homes for heating and whatever else. Actually, methane, ethane, and propane, each of these has one more carbon. Methane has one carbon, ethane has two carbons, propane has three carbons. These are all very light, and they come right off the top of the pocket on top of the oil.
Okay.
And butane as well. Now, butane we're starting to get a little bit more dense. As you can see, it's liquid under pressure a little bit. So we got butane, and these are all volatile, and they're gaseous, and we use them for various products. Gasoline is the next fraction, and it's pentane, hexane, heptane, and octane. Those four. So we got 5, 6, 7, and 8 carbons. And here I have some heptane, and it doesn't look like much. It looks like water. It's not. You certainly wouldn't want to drink it. Whoa.
Right.
And this one, I'm not going to take it off. This is octane. This is pure octane. Okay, and gasoline is made up of a mixture. Now, when you see the octane ratings on the pumps, you know, everybody they see this
87, what is
right,
it?
87, 92, whatever else like that. Simply, what the octane rating is it's an anti-knock rating. So basically, if you had 100% octane in your tank, it would have the same anti-knock compound. Now, knock is where you have detonation inside. The pistons coming together causes it to detonate, as opposed to the spark causing it to go, and it can damage your engine. So they run these tests, and they put various amounts of octane and heptane in the tank, and if it's 100% octane, it has the same type of anti-knock capacity, then it's an octane rating of 100.
Oh, okay.
If it has 90%, it's 90, 80%, and they use heptane and octane. And they run the gasoline through, and they compare it together to get the octane rating. And that's all it means. Now, sometimes you see an octane rating greater than 100, and that's just because some of the things that they add to octane have actually better anti-knocking capacities than octane does. Okay, so it's not more powerful. You know, it's not. It is in the sense that if the higher the octane rating, the more high performance your engine needs to be in order to run it.
Okay.
But the gasoline itself isn't more energetic.
I was going to ask, for the average consumer, does it matter which one you use?
Well, it does, because your engine is designed to run at a certain octane level. Okay. Now, you have computers on your car that will detect knock and will actually retard the timing and things like that to prevent it from knocking. But for the most part, you want to have as much, you want to have the right octane level, and that's in your owner's manual for the most part. It tells you whether it's 87 or 90 that you need on your
Very good.
car.
We'll be talking about in 30 minutes.
Smog.
Smog. Okay.
Yeah.
Not China smog.
Well, we'll talk about China smog.
Well, there's plenty of it.
There's plenty of it. That's right.
All right. Do you want to see a replay of the segment, learn all about octane? Go to our website, IllinoisHomepage.net. Look on the morning show. Look under Chemist Corner. We'll get that going for you. But first, we got